Hello! I'm trying a demo with some radio on the background this time because it's very rare for me to not have the radio on. I don't do quiet, and most of the demos that I do, I'll normally switch it off because I don't want to distract. But I'm having a bit of an experiment. I thought, I like music, let's have it on. Absolute 80s if you're interested. Show my age. Sauces. We're still on sauces. Food, kitchen staples. Tomato sauce. I think every house must have a bottle of tomato sauce in the cupboard nowadays. So I will show you how to make this, bearing in mind that having worked out the calculations, it doesn't save you any money necessarily. Which, you know, that's fine. Not everything you do on the Thermomix has to save you money. Most of it does. The odd thing doesn't. However, we are putting in fresh tomatoes, fresh peppers, onion, garlic, herbs, spices, a little bit of honey. This will be a very low sugar option compared to the stuff that you buy off the supermarket shelf. There's no nasty additives, chemicals, stuff that you shouldn't be eating. And obviously normally shop bought stuff is really sweet. So yes, tomato sauce. Right, so Thermomix TM6. The recipe that's in front of me, I've decided that I only want to do half of the volume because we aren't a big household and I don't want loads of tomato sauce taken in my fridge. So I'm just going to literally half the quantity. So again, Thermomix TM6, it tells me what to put in, when to put it in, how much to put in, it weighs it out for me. I don't have to think, and as if you've seen the videos before, no, I don't like thinking, I don't have the capacity to think anymore. Except my reward. Right, I have pre-chopped, here's one I made earlier, I've pre-chopped my tomatoes and my peppers. It's going to ask me first of all for 1,000 grams, and I'll put the peppers in with the tomatoes just because I'm running out of space on the chopping board. There we go, oh there's a bit there. Right, tomatoes. Now actually, having a look at this part of the recipe, it says right tomatoes, or you can use canned whole tomatoes if you really wanted to. I suppose that's a different flavour. These are salad tomatoes. Canned tomatoes tend to be like your plum tomatoes. Might be worth an experiment at some point, seeing what the taste difference is. So, half of the recipe quantity, some tomato juice there. Next, red peppers cut into pieces. Again, doesn't have to be any particular size pieces, it just says pieces. I'm going to put in half of what's required. I've already pre-measured it just to make sure I've chopped enough. And then also red onions. And again, it doesn't say to chop it up. There's my red onion. I am just going to chop it into quarter though, just to help out a bit. Throw it in. That's half of the required amount. There's a bit more red pepper there. And next, 2 garlic cloves. Obviously, I'm halving it, so it's 1. Half of 2 is 1. Basic math. Garlic. I'm not having to do anything with it. I've just taken the outer dry skin bit off, throwing it in. Red wine vinegar. Again, lovely little, nice and cheap. Don't have to spend a fortune on these ingredients. 50 grams, so I have to remember that I only need 25.
Which reminds me, my car needs petrol. BP me rewards. Little rewards.
Okay, 25 grams of red wine vinegar going in. Right. Yes, it's gone off, it's the adverts, that's what I don't like about some of these radio stations. Mixing cup, lid, mixing cup, into the hole it goes. Okay, again, I say this in every video in case you've not seen previous videos. The machine won't start until that lid is on, there's a detector there so it won't throw it all around, and then it just, sometimes they just want that in there to plug the hole so it doesn't spit it all out because you don't want it throwing around the kitchen. Next. This is going to chop this up for me initially, so it's a bit loud, 5 seconds. So again, on the dial, if you're not familiar by now, how long, temperature and the speed of the blade. So number 7 for 5 seconds. Right, it asks for a bay leaf. I haven't got any bay leaves, and I don't know if that's a buying any. I don't use them often. So for something like this, I'm quite happy to ignore that. And then it's going to cook it now. So that's not really very exciting, but it's going to cook it. It says place simmering basket on top instead of the cup, because what it can then do is, as it's cooking, the steam can all come out without spitting it everywhere again. Next, so this is going to be 40 minutes of cooking this. It's a temperature of 100 degrees and the speed is 2. In fact, actually, before I do that, I'd like to double check how. It went all over me. Yeah, so that's what we've currently got. Without spilling it everywhere. Lots of nice chopped up. It smells really nice already. That's without all the herbs and spices. That literally is just, what was it? Tomatoes, peppers, onions, garlic. It smells divine already. It's not even cooked. So that is now going to cook for 40 minutes. With that on top. All I have to do is turn that to number 2 and off it goes. I shall stop the video shortly and then let you see, maybe we'll do another video for the second part, but basically the next instructions are going to be to add some more red wine vinegar, nutmeg, black pepper, cayenne pepper, paprika. I've actually got smoked paprika because I prefer that to the really spicy stuff, salt and honey. Once I do that, it then cooks again for another 15 minutes before it blends it all. And then what I am going to do, so I'm just testing that because it was hot. I've ran out of jam jars, so I have, because I use the lovely local milkman and I get the glass bottles from him, I have washed and sterilised a milk bottle. So hopefully that should hold all of my lovely fresh tomato sauce once it's done, and I shall get back to you shortly. I'm going to go back to absolute 80s and have kitchen disco. I'm on my own. Bye!